welcome to the Piece of Persistence. I'm your host, Abigail Wright, and today I get to introduce you to my friend and saxophonist, Alan Wan, with whom I had the pleasure of performing this season at the Metropolitan Opera in Turandot. Alan was born in Tokyo, Japan, and raised in Honolulu, Hawaii. He started band in his middle school years, actually chose the saxophone not knowing what it was or naturally where it would lead. And in 1978, he moved to New York City to study with Harvey Patel, who was recognized as the preeminent orchestral saxophonist at the time, and he graduated from the Mannes School of Music. While he was at Mannes, he took advantage of all the great jam sessions and recording or rehearsal bands at the time, and because of that, he grew up in two distinct musical worlds, the orchestral and the jazz or commercial ones. This unique opportunity gave him so much training and so many musical opportunities in different worlds, and has led to a completely eclectic performance schedule in his life at this moment. Because of that, he's performed in Broadway shows and Lincoln Center and Carnegie Hall in New York City, all the way to the Kennedy Center in DC and the Blue Note clubs in Japan. He's recorded with Galt McDermott, who is the composer of Hair, Broadway cast albums, various CDs with jazz artists, and new music for modern composers. You can hear his unique sound on the New York Philharmonic's December 2014 recording of Ravel's Bolero, which is currently available on their Watch and Listen section of their website. Aside from the sax, Alan loves to fish alone or with his son, and he's looking forward to having some time eventually to get back to an old passion, reading. Alan, I'm really happy that I get to come and talk with you today. You're so much fun, and I'm just happy to sit down and chat. Thank you for inviting me.
No, thank you for asking me. It's such an honor. I'm totally unexpected, and I have to say I'm really flattered.
Well, I have no doubt that you have so much to give, and I'm really grateful to have you here. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks. So I'm curious, as your success as an instrumentalist, was there a defining moment that led to it, or was it a series of events?
I think it was more a series of events. It's always a different level. The way I see my progression in my life at this point, because you asked this question, it's offered me the opportunity to go back in time and to look at various steps that happened. Has life dictated my career? In certain ways, yeah. I mean, circumstances have come about that I could have not foreseen, and I had opportunities and different things happen in my life that really, in one way or another, really shaped the way my career kind of traveled. I won't take any of it back. I'd relive it, and I'd relive it the same way. I have to. It's my life. It's what has made and enriched my life, has made my personal experiences shape who I am, helped to shape who I am, gave me characters to etch into oneself. The wrinkles, the whatever on my face, I mean, those are the etchings of my life. And I accept it.
That's amazing. We mentioned before in your introduction your eclectic performance schedule. I know you're a very busy man between practicing and performing. How do you maintain your outside life during the busy seasons?
I have a very understanding wife. It's the truth, though. I mean, it really helps to have a partner, someone, your best friend, who really gets what you do and supports you, as I support her in her whatever she needs to do. She needs to be at work, and she'll give me a call. She's a lot better than I am about that. She says, look, I know I was supposed to be home now and it's 6 o'clock, but an emergency came in. I may have to stay till 7:38. Is that okay? I said, it's fine. The thing is, I'll feed the kid. And we have a teenager, and I'll feed him and make sure that he eats earlier so it doesn't interrupt his schedule. But it really, I can't tell you how much. I never thought being married would have these kinds of almost perks, I guess, in a way. Having a really wonderful partner who really does get it. I mean, not that she understands all the intricacies of what I have to do or the music or anything, although she does get a lot of that. She just understands that this is my life and I'm pursuing it with as much passion and commitment as she pursues her own career. And she respects that. So it makes my job easier.
That's cool. So, are there any habits or traits that you would attribute to your success and happiness?
Rituals. I go back to my meditation practice, which is 40 years. Martial arts, which really helps my headspace out a lot, because you can't be thinking about dinner or paying a bill when someone's throwing you or you're attacking somebody, because you're going to get hurt.
Yeah.
And that's not the intention of the martial art that I practice, which is Aikido. It's not the intention. But if you're not focused, you're going to get hurt. So what does that particular ritual do? It brings me into the moment. What does my meditational practice do? It helps me to maintain presence in the moment. Am I good at it? No. Every day I'm a beginner. That's also very humbling. It shows me that you will probably never attain what they call enlightenment. But that's okay, because it's a daily practice for you to come into the moment, be in the moment. To be successful at what I do, a ritual, okay. Rituals that I have for heavy performance schedules: get up in the morning, make sure my family's taken care of. When everyone is out the door and the house is quiet, I'll practice. I'll have a good breakfast first, and then I'll practice for 2 or 3 hours. Good warm up, practice what I have to practice, stop at lunch, have a little bite to eat, take a short nap. Half an hour, 45 minutes, hour if I can afford it, and then shower, get ready, go out the door to the performance. Then I'm ready. But it's a ritual that I go through all the time. I have to. It's part of what keeps me calm. It keeps me relaxed. It doesn't. As I get older, I see how valuable my rituals are, because I perform better when I'm relaxed. When I know that I've already done my warm-up, that I know this particular part that's coming up in the piece that I'm playing, that I'm not thinking about a million things. What's the fingering? Am I going to be out of tune? Blah, blah, blah. It's like, no. Boom, you're in the moment. You've already done this. Breathe in and breathe out. And the breath out is when it happens. Ritual.
That's great. There's a new question I've been asking that I really like. If there were one thing that you could have the world understand differently, what would it be?
Maybe tolerance. I mean, not for the egregious things that, I don't believe war is necessary at all. Because too many innocent people die. I'm sorry. I guess, am I a pacifist? No, I don't think so, because I recognize in myself the aggressive aspects of myself. That's what keeps me going in my career. How do you practice every day? How do you keep that going? It's aggression. You have to recognize it. But to the point where you take someone's life, no, I'm sorry. I really believe in the great philosophers and the great minds who said that war is never an option. Tolerance.
So, Alan, do you have any last advice for us?
Whatever method it takes, meditation or running or exercising or just being with a loved one and not looking at your devices or something, but just be in the moment. I think being in the moment probably will help a lot of situations. I'm not saying it's a cure-all, but I think it would probably help calm a lot of the anxiety that people are currently feeling.
Alan, thank you so much for inviting me to your beautiful home and inviting me into your spirit today, and just letting us all benefit from the wisdom that you have.
Well, if you can benefit from it, that's great. Thank you for asking me.
Yeah.
It's really been an honor.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you so much for watching The Piece of Persistence. It's really true that every share, every review, and every comment goes a really long way in helping us to spread the peace of persistence. So do us a favor and give us some of your love with a review or a rating, or share us with a friend today. And if you like today's episode, you can always hear more by looking on iTunes for the Peace of Persistence or your favorite podcast app. Thanks as always for tuning in, liking us on Facebook, and subscribing to find more ways to balance the happiness and success in your life.
But if we've forgotten what really makes us sing and dance at night, it's the people around and our dreams that lift us up from our